Yet Concor also that reported its earnings, and we have the management joining us exclusively on ET now. Where V Kalyana Rama, who is the chairman and the managing director at Concor, joining us this morning. A very good morning, and thank you so much for waiting by patiently. Let's talk about your earnings, sir. And this is the second straight quarter where the volumes have been impacted by the EXIM businesses. Do you see? Do you expect a single-digit growth in EXIM container volumes for H1 FY24, and this due to the global slowdown by any chance?
Yeah, exports, as of now, exports are not very encouraging. But I can't predict it for the whole year because people are expecting the things to get improved. So, but as we see, the headwinds in the Western markets are not very good. So, and facing headwinds for the exports going from India, except for the primary agro products. So we are waiting, but as of now, we started our year with a target of 10% growth. But we have to wait and see how the things will pan out in this EXIM sector. Domestic, we are getting good demand, and we are hopeful that in domestic we will be able to grow. But EXIM, we are waiting for the export-import scenario to get clear.
Okay, Mr. Rama, hi, very good morning. This is Shrishti joining in. Like you were mentioning that domestic is still holding strong, and in Q4 we have seen a good performance of the domestic business. But at the same time, if we see, then this segment has less margins as compared to the EXIM business. So on the consolidated basis, any guidance on the margins going ahead?
So before giving guidance, let me tell you what we are working on domestic. Yes, you are very absolutely right. Domestic is not having as good margins as EXIM. But in the revenue, if we see, our domestic revenue percentage is increasing year on year. So to get more margins, we are trying to add on a lot of value-added services into the domestic. We started first mile, last mile logistics. We started business support solutions. Now we started new products. So we call it material handling methodologies. New material handling methodologies we are bringing into the domestic segment. Like bulk cement we are handling in normal containers. That's a very new product and it is picking up. So with these value-added services, we are trying to improve upon our margins in domestic. And also we are trying to get into the distribution logistics very soon. We are working on that. It's in a PPP model where the ROC will be very high because it is no investment from our side, asset-light model. With this, we are trying to increase the margins on domestic side so that our overall margin, what we are operating, we will be able to maintain. It is a tough task. So going forward, the margins, there may be a little strain, but overall, I expect the margins in this year to be maintained. We are working towards that. Because in EXIM, we started doing double stack direct from our depot. We got a depot called Dadri in Delhi, NCR region. That's now connected directly to DFC, Dedicated Freight Corridor. And now we are not going through hub. Earlier we used to go through the hub of Katuwas. Because of this, there's a lot of interest generated. The transit times have come down. So it's a very good interest developed among the customers because it is better than road movement now. Even for light commodity cargoes, time-sensitive cargoes, everything will come on to Dadri. Even we started doing reefer double stack also. So a lot of new products we are introducing into the EXIM sector. And we come out with some schemes, 1+1 schemes, which it will take time to explain on this channel, but that's a good scheme and a lot of shipping lines showing interest in that. With all that, we will be able to maintain our volumes in EXIM. That will maintain our margin. So to go with, at this beginning of this financial year, the guidance will be that we will try to maintain our margins. There may be, yes, it's a tough task, so there may be little pressures on margins, but our aim is to maintain the margins.
Hopefully, and on that positive note, given the fact that you're hoping to maintain margins, but the street is also expecting that the company is a key beneficiary of the rail containerization. If you could tell us what are the synergies and the revenue potential ahead for this?
I could not get your question. What is rail containerization? See, that's what in the business we are there for last 30 years.
Yeah, but given the fact that the government now has the push that the entire segment is getting overall, how much will that bode positive for your company? Given the fact that yes, you are expecting to maintain your margins, you are adding on to new products.
See, that's what I'm telling. See, in domestic, we are seeing good growth. Good growth. That is where the containerization will come in. Exports, whatever exports earlier going on, they were going on in containers only because the Western countries, they accept goods more in containers rather than in the break bulk and bulk mode. So there, the growth will come with the export-import scenario. How we are able to do well in our exports or how much we are importing, that decides the volumes. Whereas in domestic, the more and more goods can be containerized. So to answer your question, see, in the domestic side, if you ask me what is the growth potential, there is a very good growth potential. So with the new methods and the new products we are bringing into containers, there is a huge scope, like the bulk cement which I talked of, the handling of commodities in bulk in normal containers. If you ask me what is the size of the market is 400 million tons. And how much has been tapped, if you ask me, that is not even 10%. So there is a huge market there to explore, to capture. It's a virgin market. So there are certain headwinds for this. The container availability, because now we are encouraging Atmanirbhar Bharat in India and we are not importing containers. The ecosystem we are developing. The container shortage is there for domestic movement for us as of now. Like I want to add 25,000 containers, but the system is still to be developed, so we are not getting at the rate what we want to add, the containers. Even the rake production, there are some issues with the wheels and axles. We are working on that also along with railways and various other industrial units to overcome the shortage. So we are working on all these things. So there is definitely the market available, cargo is there, now we have to tap it. We are working on that.
Mr. Rama, if we look at the past, so the company stated that the approval of the new land license fees policy will also help into the implementation of PM Gati Shakti scheme. Just wanted to know what is the update on the implementation of the Gati Shakti policy. Could you just give us the suggested timelines?
I don't think I made any announcement or company made announcement like that we will be implementing Gati Shakti scheme. We will be working with Gati Shakti scheme. Wherever the new terminals are coming up, where we have to use the Gati Shakti, we are definitely using it. And the existing terminals, there is an established business practice. So there, maybe we may not require any help of Gati Shakti into that. And going into Gati Shakti, that is a critical business analysis we will be doing. That we are already working on that. But new terminals, yes. In fact, one new terminal we recently has taken up at a place called Mandalgarh near Kota under Gati Shakti. So that we are developing under Gati Shakti. And even terminals which are not on railway land parcels, where we are directly purchasing land parcels and developing, there also we will take the advantage of Gati Shakti in developing all the support services. So there is no time frame for implementing Gati Shakti for all the terminals. Gati Shakti is a continuous process, and the main idea of PM Gati Shakti program is to help logistics improvements and to reduce logistics cost in India.
Okay, with this, we'll let you go on that. Thank you so much, Mr. Rama, for joining us today on ET Now.